record of the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Alicia Morales Ramones, file number 24-01690. We have 24-01637, 24L2858082, and 24, what's the same file number? Dash 0168978. Okay, council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Deputy City Attorney Lisa Hagan Lawrence Perry on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Wallace, who's standing to my right.
Okay, Ms. Morales, where were you this morning at 9:30?
Sorry, I thought you sent new dates to my address. It was for the 12th. I thought they were all rescheduled or something because I had got a whole bunch of letters. Yeah, letters to my house.
Okay, and so
I
your
thought
matter
you
that
were
was scheduled for today, they're set for some arrangements. I'm not sure why.
I think so. My understanding of this file is that there was a hearing on the 8th that she missed, but she appeared in front of yourself on the 9th. It looks like a couple of the hearings were reset for the 12th, or I'm sorry, for today. And I think a couple were missed or maybe not reset, so they were set for arraignment today when that was caught. And then some of her files were set for August 12th. There are, it looks like 3 files that are currently set for hearing on August 12th.
Yeah, it looked like she did miss for, I think, the 8th of July. She
Yes.
appeared in the 9th, as I remember. I vaguely remember. I think the issue might have been that criminal traffic set all of them as arraignments. And maybe when we reset them to fix it, there was some that were missed. That's probably what happened. Because I don't see why we would set it for arraignment. I do have a note too on one of these files. I think I told you if you paid $175, I would waive the balance. And that's on this 23L2768352. You were supposed to pay it by that Friday. Did you get to pay that?
No, she said that I couldn't pay anything because their page said I couldn't pay anything because everything was still processing or pending. All of the money was still pending, but she said my whole balance was like $2,000 or something like that. She said I couldn't pay anything at all.
I don't know what she means, that the whole balance.
I think I have a suspicion as to what's going on there too. I think she believed Ms. Morales was trying to make payment on the cases that are set before the court today and not on the 23 file. So she told her she couldn't make the payment because it would be true of the files for today. I don't think
My note definitely puts the file number in there. I took the time to write it out, and someone was nice enough to put the ROA in there for them. So you should have been, they should have accepted your payment because that's on this file, and this file is likely suspending your license. I think that's why we did it that way. It's all coming back now. Are you prepared to pay today?
I can't pay till the 3rd till my boyfriend's next check.
This is a bill.
Yeah, I know.
So if you don't pay until the 3rd, that means on the 12th, you won't have your license cleared yet. It's trying for them to send clearance to Secretary of State. You understand that? So we'll have to reset that date. If you're not planning to pay this until when?
The 3rd.
August 3rd is a Saturday, so you'll be paying for the 5th.
That'd be
A Monday. Because the 3rd is on a Saturday.
okay. Well, the 2nd then. Sorry, the 2nd I could pay on a Friday.
I'm sorry. Okay, you have to be clear when you come to pay that you're here to pay the past due amount on the file that ends in 352. That is the no proof of insurance that's suspending your license, okay? Let me set the August 12th date so that after that's paid, it'll be enough time to have clearances sent to Secretary of State. Thank you. 30 minutes. You said what? 30 days from the second? Let's do 30 days from the second. September 9th. 8:30. At 8:30, we'll get you new notices. Do you have any questions today?
No. Just to clarify for your honor, that's you're resetting today's pre-trials plus the pre-trials on the 12th, all to the 9 date.
All right, well, they didn't look like she had a pre-trial today. Those should have been,
2 pre-trials on the docket and 2 arraignments on the docket for today.
I only see 3 files, but 2 arraignments, 1 pre-trial.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1 pre-trial, 2
All,
arraignments on the
everything will
docket.
be reset.
Thank
The
you.
arraignments was an error, should have been a pre-trial anyways.
Thank you.
Let's see. Reset. September. Let's see. Three dash. Okay, Alfonso Nixon. Thank you.
Yes, Your
Thank
Honor.
you. We'll get your notice in just a moment. You're here for a consumer portfolio?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Anybody present for Antonio Woodruff? Okay, no one's appeared yet. I'll wait about 10 minutes. I see a Morgan Walters.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here on case 24-03193.
Okay, I see on behalf of,
I'm here on
Who?
behalf. I'm sorry, what was that, Your Honor?
yes, on behalf of whom?
I'm here on behalf of LA Insurance and Josh Raylia.
Okay, I just see someone here on behalf of Paradise Motors, and then I see Stephen King. Who are you here for?
Thank you, Your Honor. I am here for Credit Acceptance Corporation.
Okay, Stephen, can you answer the credit acceptance?
And Your Honor, this is Michael Matheson on behalf of Paradise Motors, John Daly, and Roger Henfling.
Okay, I don't know if you and Ms. Walters have already had a discussion, or if you think it'll be meaningful. I have a criminal matter that's about to proceed, and then I have a bench trial all ahead of you.
Your Honor, the plaintiff.
Someone did a doozy on the docket.
Your Honor, the plaintiff is Gilbert Bailey, and I'm not sure that he's appeared here yet. The only introductions so far have been by the defendants.
That's correct.
Correct, but he's not appeared yet, but I'm trying to see if you all would want to meet in the breakout room if he appears. It's only 2:01, so it's likely could be a little bit late. I don't know. I can put you in a private meeting room because I'm going to start these matters. And
Okay.
if he doesn't appear in 10 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes, I'll call the case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Stephen Thomas present. I'm present for Stephen Thomas. Right in the hallway. Stephen Thomas. No one here. You're present for GS Huber. Stephen Thomas failed to appear, so we'll dismiss his claim. Thank you. Yeah, it was a small claim. Yeah, let's see. I was gonna say, I can have Ms. Sutter pass, but she's going to take this with her. If you can look under there on the printer, get your clients
Thank
notices to appear, please. Thank you. No problem. Thank you. Ma'am, are you waiting for a court date?
My son.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Required to show some support. And I want to knock him upside his head.
No, don't do that, Mom, not in court.
I saw Roy do it even outside.
I
the
get
court,
it.
But that's how I feel
Can't
in
say I
my
blame you.
heart. I want to just slap it like on the movies, back and forth.
I would rather take care of this before I start a bench trial. Let's see. She's outside, I think. Let's see. Mr. Smith is here. Are you here for Sean Davis?
Tim Smith, Your Honor.
Mr. Davis failed to appear. Did you want a bench warrant?
Yes, Your Honor. We can prepare and submit. For bond consideration purposes, current balance $12,936.01.
10% bond.
We'll prepare and submit. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Charlie Harris versus Josie Lake, present. Okay, motions tonight. Let's see. Anybody here for LVNV funding? Yep, I see you, present. Let's see. On the record in the matter of LVNV Funding LLC versus Otelia Watson, trial number 23-02348. DC counsel, can I have your appearance?
Good morning, or good afternoon, Your Honor, Navjot Francis on behalf of plaintiff's attorney of record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jennifer Palon, P80284 on behalf of Ms. Watson.
Okay, and where's Ms. Watson? Is she present?
She is not.
Okay, today's the date that was set for a motion for summary disposition. Let's see. Parties meet privately. Have we discussed this matter at all?
Oh, we have not today, Your Honor. If opposing counsel would like to, I would be happy to. If not, we could proceed with our motion.
Yeah, we've our offices have talked numerous times on this matter, so I think we can probably just proceed. I don't have anything new to offer today, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Would you like me to proceed, Judge?
I'm just trying to pull it's an electronic file, so I'm just trying to pull it up. Okay, yes, you can proceed with your motion.
Thank you, Judge. Plaintiff did file its motion for summary disposition under MCR 2.1169 and C10. This was a credit card that defendant had opened with Navy Federal Credit Union, opened October 9th, 2015. The last payment date was July 13th, 2018, after which the account did charge off. That left a balance that plaintiff has sued on for $13,758.60. Your Honor, plaintiff to its motion did attach statements showing the usage and payments on this credit card and the balance remaining. We also attached our chain of title showing that plaintiff is the proper party at this time. So, Your Honor, I believe plaintiff's motion should be granted. Sorry, Judge. I would also note that we have discovery requests as well on our as exhibits to our motion that were not responded to by the defendant,
Okay.
which
I'm trying
should
to
now
find. Which should what?
which should now be deemed admitted, Your Honor.
Okay, so you have motions to, or you said, admissions and they failed to respond?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Counsel for the defense, did you all file a responsive motion?
No, we did not. My client has early on refuted the this account, but I have not received any documentation or anything. My client's been a little MIA on responding to things, so I don't have anything to object to or respond at this moment.
Uh, By way of reviewing the plaintiff's motion and the argument made here on the record, the issues presented in the motion is that the defense has failed to present a valid defense, or there is a lack of a genuine issue of fact making this matter right for dismissal by disposition. You also failed by way of not getting response from your client. There's been no responses to the discovery, primarily the admissions. And so per the court rules, the court should deem those admitted, but I'm going to go ahead and grant the plaintiff's motion under MCR 2.116 C9 and 10. And did you provide an order already, counsel?
I do not believe we did, Your Honor. We can file one with the court.
Yeah, if you can find one electronically, then I will review and sign that. Any additional matters for today's record?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. You're all set.
Thank you. Okay, on the record, in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Elon War, file number 22-02948, counsel appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Deputy City Attorney Lisa Hagan Moore, appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter, on behalf of Mr. War, who is standing to my right.
Mr. War,
Yes, Your Honor.
today is the date that we're addressing a probation violation. Looks like I probably had to have you remanded in order to get this addressed, but that you were already arraigned prior to that. Let's double check. No, you didn't appear for the arraignment, so you were arraigned by Magistrate Millmore on the violations. And the violations people that you failed to contact probation to schedule an orders appointment. Set an appointment on July 3rd, or appointment was set on July 3rd by probation that you failed to appear. I don't have another violation here, so
Yeah, I apologize. That's not the violations I was sent.
I was gonna say I didn't have, but I think I do have a little one. Here, let's fact check. Tag, that's an old tag. Failed to appear for violation awaited on January 9th. That sounds more accurate. Oh, I have here violation. I bet you would have been arraigned on November 17th or after November 17th. It says you failed to report monthly for probation meetings on November 16th, 2023. That you failed to enroll in testing at EverHealth on October 20th, 2023. And that you failed to provide proof of employment or attempts to gain employment. And so that's the violation that you have.
That's right.
Okay, and so you've been advised of your right to be represented by counsel. Ms. Sutter is here and prepared to represent you. And you have the right to have a contested hearing. How do you want to proceed, sir?
Guilty?
You want to enter a guilty plea and waive your hearing?
Yes.
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Okay. You understand your right to have a contested hearing?
Yes.
Anybody threatening you to get you to waive it?
No.
Any promises being made in exchange for a waiver of the hearing?
No.
You understand that if you're found to be in violation, your probation status can be revoked, you could be sentenced to jail time,
Yes.
or I can extend your probation or impose other oversight measures. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, as to the failure to report monthly to probation back on November 16, 2023, how do you plead?
Guilty.
As to the failure to enroll in testing at EverHealth on October 20th, 2023, how do you plead?
Guilty.
As to the failure to provide proof of employment or attempts to gain employment, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Factual basis, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. War, is it true that you were sentenced by this court to complete a term of probation on June 13th of 2023?
Yes, so it's correct.
And at that time, you were ordered to report to your assigned probation officer, correct?
Yes.
And is it true that on November 16th of 2023, you were scheduled to report
Yes.
and you did not report, correct?
No.
Is it also true that when you were sentenced, you were ordered to enroll in testing at EverHealth?
Yes.
And that on or by October 20th of 2023, you had not done that?
Correct.
And is it also true that you were ordered to obtain or maintain employment?
Yes.
And on or by November 17th, you had not satisfied probation's requirements for obtaining or maintaining employment?
Yeah.
Your Honor,
Yes.
that's correct?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I believe that satisfies the factual basis.
Any questions from the city?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be voluntarily and intelligently made. Recommendation indicates that it's highly suggested to impose jail time. It says defendant shows zero interest in completing probation and is a flight risk. You can address the court, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. I did speak with Mr. War last week regarding this, and he does admit this is something he has struggled with. The financial aspect of probation is something he struggled with, and the kind of requirements of transportation reporting is something he struggled with. I think at this stage, given the violations that were here on, as well as the length of time, that it's not an unrealistic recommendation from probation. I will advise the court that Mr. War did just finish just over 6 months in Clinton County Jail. He was there for 128 days before being transferred to the Ingham County Jail on July 8th. So I believe at this point he does have a minimum of 14 days credit time served on this case. And I believe some of the kind of missing appearance from him the preceding 6 months was because he was in custody out of county. I would ask the court to take that in consideration when assessing sentencing today. And I would recommend the court follow generally the recommendation to terminate. I would ask the court to consider his time in custody and limit additional jail time to perhaps 14 to 21 days, which would put him at 30 to 45 days total time served on the underlying file.
Right, you didn't take into consideration my order. Why should I take that into consideration? Why should I do that? You have to call in remotely for probation. That's free. You didn't do it. Why?
Excuse, just bad choices. Just I went through a series of events that, you know, caused me to be discouraged, you know, and I just was lost, and I got trapped in a destructive path, basically, and, you know. I don't really know what else to say.
You said he was just recently where?
He was in Clinton County Jail for 128 days before being sentenced to a time served and transferred to Ingham County Jail on July 8th.
Who were you in that jail for?
I was picked up on a warrant charge, and I picked up another charge also. I was
You
caught
weren't
with
charged for what?
possession.
And you picked up on what charge? You got a new charge, you said?
No, oh yeah, I did. I got a possession charge when I was picked up for the warrant.
That's pending now?
No.
That's been resolved?
Yes. They gave me time served and 2 years probation.
You're currently on probation?
Yes, they said something about me being able to transfer it here when I was all settled done with courts over here.
Transfer your
According to-
probation where?
From Clinton County
To here? No, they can monitor you for 2 years. I'm done babysitting you today. It's not been useful. You've done nothing on probation. But it's evident by this case and the cases that you've picked up. If it's not evident to you, it's evident to everyone else who's in here. You have a problem with substances that need to be addressed. And you need to address it, sir. This lady behind you is your mom? How dare you make her have to come in and out of court? It's for you. How dare you? Your mom raised you. She should not be living a life where she needs to show up to your court dates or worry about if you're dead or alive because you're using substances that will kill you.
It's not easy.
No one said it was going to be easy. But you still have to make a decision that you're going to change.
May I say something? While I was incarcerated, I turned a new leaf. I turned my life to God. So I received 2 25-hour certificates of completion for seminars. I received a Word Bible for my Bible studies. To every church service, every AA, NA, management program, just to pretty much set a routine for myself for when I, not only to better my life, but to have a routine for when I am to be back out in the world, to be ready for my probation requirements.
Yep, and you need to be not only ready for your probation requirements, but ready to live a life where you don't have to cycle in and out of court.
Absolutely.
Where you're not poisoning your body, where you're not causing undue duress to the woman who raised you. I'm looking at your date of birth. Yeah, you're fully grown, and at this point should be doing things to be supportive to your mother. Not taking time, energy, or days off of her life because she's stressed out about you. I'm happy that you spent time in custody and it caused you to realize a relationship with Christ. And I hope that you use that and stand on that when you are outside of the 4 walls of the jail, because you're going to need Christ and your family and the community support to make sure that you become the upstanding citizen you're supposed to be, but that you realize the potential that God gave you, which was not for you to be in jail. Everybody in this room had a calling on their life, and it's our responsibility to find out what the calling is and to fulfill it. I don't know what your calling is, but I can guarantee you, and I bet dollars to donuts, that it wasn't for you to be in and out of jail. So you examine yourself and figure out what you need to do and how you need to do it so that you can get off the substances. It won't be through this court. because it's not meaningful for me to hold you over on this matter when you have 2 years of probation on another court matter. So you follow that probation there. Hopefully they have you getting substance abuse treatment because you need it. You need outpatient services, you need resources, you need support so that when you're out and times get hard, you don't turn the wrong way.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's like, it's not the first time I remanded him. I think he served 90 days for Buchanan.
That's correct. Your Honor.
The order is for you to complete probation in Clinton County successfully, or you'll do 90 days in jail here. You're not getting credit for anything that you've already served. The only reason why you served is because we couldn't find you. So we had to hold you so that when it's time to call your case, you'd appear. I'm not crediting you for that. You don't get a reward for it. So I'm going to allow you to be released. I'm going to hold 90 days over your head. They're going to monitor you in Clinton County. If I get word that you violated or you did not successfully complete your probation, we'll issue a warrant for you. We'll find you eventually. You'll do 90 days, okay?
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the city, thank you.
Good luck to you, sir.
A clarifying question for minor. So
Yes.
is he supposed to report to probation all here in Ingham County or just?
Ingham County is going to issue this order. They're going to notify Clinton County that this is his probation essentially is being transferred there. He's doing probation there. We're not going to monitor his probation here for 2 years. If he's got probation there for 2 years, then we will monitor that. If he doesn't successfully complete it, he'll do 90 days in Ingham County Jail. I think your mom had something she wanted. Did you raise your hand, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. He did at one point have a job. He got hurt on the job and he never went back to it. He hurt his leg. So he did at one point. It wasn't for a long period of time, but he did last year have a little job. I can't remember. It
Was
was
that the
through some
UK?
employment agency.
No, that was something different. That was like under the table stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, part of his requirement, I don't know what they're gonna require him or what they require him to do
Okay.
in Clinton County. But typically, it's a requirement that you get a job and provide evidence that you got a job. And so he's not done that, but he didn't do anything here on our probation. And since he's picked up more charges, and I would imagine if he's gotten credit for time and that he's gotten 2 years probation, it's likely more serious charge than this charge, that it would be more beneficial for him to do his terms of probation there and get the help that he needs there. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Any additional matters?
I don't think so. Yeah.
You're all set. Let's see. Where am I?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good
And
one,
you do
Mayor.
the same. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see. Consumers Portfolio versus Antonio Woodruff. Is Antonio Woodruff present? Okay, this was a motion to enter judgment. Is that correct, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. This case is slightly complicated by the fact that there are two defendants and they are both named Antonio. I'm sorry if you bear with me.
Woodruff.
Antonio Woodruff. Yeah. So we filed against the son and the father. We have reached a consent agreement with the son. And although we have also issued a request for default against the father, we've agreed to dismiss, or at least to ask for that to be withdrawn. And we'd like to dismiss against the father and enter into record the consent agreement that we've made with the son.
Okay, just so I'm clear, which one is the father and which one is the son?
I
have Leo James Woodruff and then Antonio Woodruff.
Right. So we filed the case against Antonio Woodruff, who is the son, and we are calling him defendant one. Defendant two is the Antonio James Woodruff. We have entered into a consent agreement with Antonio Woodruff, and I believe we filed that with the court. We're requesting that the judge will sign that agreement. And we've agreed to dismiss the case, or to withdraw our request for default against the father, Antonio James Woodruff, who is defendant number two. And we are asking that the court dismiss against him.
Okay, I have a note here from your judgments. And I think the concern that the clerk's office had was that the requested court costs are more than what was recorded in the court file. Our court file shows a filing fee of $75, motion fee of $20, service costs $37.79 for a total of $132.79.
Okay. And it looks like on our request, we requested $134.11. If the court would like to amend that to the $132, I don't believe we'd have any objection.
And then let's see, is the other issue that there was no start date for the payments? Is that what it was? When do you want these payments to start?
I am showing that we are requesting that the payments start on the 1st of August.
Okay, I think this is why, these are the reasons why I was actually set for a hearing. Okay. I will note that and add the order will enter. Then lastly, did I get something to dismiss defendant two?
There should be, well, I do apologize if the court, I don't have anything in my file. It doesn't look like they prepared a judgment to dismiss. I can make sure that that gets submitted to the court post case.
Okay, wonderful. If you can do that, then that will resolve these matters. And I will update the consent judgment you sign with the correct court costs, and I'll enter the date for the payments to start, and then I can sign it.
Awesome. Oh, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Mr. King,
Yes.
you were here on the matter with whom again?
Gilbert Bailey.
Gilbert Bailey versus Paradise Motors. I don't think Gilbert Bailey is present. I do have some people in my breakout room, but I don't see a Gilbert Bailey.
I don't believe he is.
Okay, he's failed to appear. This was a motion for summary disposition.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I believe there are a couple of motions for summary disposition because we have one as well.
I'm inclined to believe you do. Let's see. Okay, I have concurrence file. Is that what you're referencing there?
No, we had an independent motion in lieu of answer. It was filed, I have it filed on June 3rd.
Okay, I didn't look down too far. Let's see. I see. Oh, no, that's from 11.
Your Honor, that concurrence was by Paradise Motors, and it also has a summary disposition motion. There's three separate motions by the representative defendants here this afternoon.
Okay, I see two so far. I'm just looking for the third one. Okay. On the record in the matter of Gilbert Bailey Jr. versus Paradise Motors, LA Insurance Agency, John Daly, Roger Henfling, and Josh Raylia, file number 24-03193. Council, I'll take your appearances for the record.
Michael Matheson on behalf of defendants Paradise Motors, John Daly, and Roger Henfling.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Stephen King on behalf of Credit Acceptance Corporation.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Morgan Walters on behalf of LA Insurance and Josh Raylia.
Today was the date set for motion for summary disposition. The file does contain three separate motions filed by the entities present today by counsel. The plaintiff failed to appear in court. It's also failed to file an appropriate response to these motions. And so the motions will be granted by default. I'm looking to see if there was an order filed in any of your motions.
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
Okay, I don't need, well, I guess if each of you can file an order, I can enter each separately.
All right, we'll do.
Granting your motion by default. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, and have a nice day.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Record in the matter of Brooke Ashley Church versus Bruce Hicks. and potential unlimited, trial number 23-01873. Appearance for the record, please.
Your Honor, Brian Lum on behalf of defendant Hicks, served.
And your name, ma'am?
My name is Brooke Church.
Okay. And today was the date that was set for a bench trial. And did the parties meet prior to this to see if they can resolve the matter?
We did, Your Honor.
And there's been no resolution? Okay. And you're bringing this is your case, correct, ma'am?
Yes.
You can proceed with your proofs.
Excuse me?
You proceed with your proofs.
Okay. There should be a lot that I sent to you already.
I don't get it. I don't get information before the cases. You have to present it in open court. So if you said something, it would just be placed in a file. That doesn't mean I got it, because that's not how we present evidence. So now would be your time.
Okay.
If you want to give testimony, meaning you tell me what happened.
Yes.
And then any evidence that you have to support it, you would seek to enter that as you're giving me the evidence. And then if you had any witnesses that you wanted to testify, I can swear them in as well. As well. So let me first swear you in, since you're going to give testimony. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I have been living there for almost 5 years.
Living where?
At 1931 Farrell Street.
Spell this street name.
Ferrol.
Okay.
And that's in Lansing, Michigan. There were quite a few things wrong with the house. Air conditioning doesn't work. The heat doesn't work. The plumbing was really bad.
What's the matter with the plumbing?
The plumbing was, the water heater has been leaking, which is still leaking. The bathtub has been plugged, which is still plugged. All
What
of
does
this.
that mean?
The water doesn't go down all the way, so my kids can't really take a bath. They have to take the shower, and then I have to actually physically scoop the water into the toilet to flush it. And that happens with the tub and the bathroom sink.
Bathroom, tub and sink are clogged.
Yes, they've been clogged the whole time I've lived there. He has brought people to come and fix them, but they don't work within a month later. So that's just the plumbing, and the AC doesn't work, hasn't worked since I moved there. So we actually have to pay to have the portable ACs in the house. So there's been nights where I've woken up to 40 degrees with my kids, where we had to go get a hotel room. I've had to go to my mother's. I've had
40 degrees because the AC?
Because of the heat. I'm
Oh, the
sorry, the
heat,
heat
okay.
not working as well. Both of them don't work at all.
What do you mean it doesn't work? You turn the heat on, it doesn't come on?
Yes, it does. It'll like click a couple times and then it will shut off. The AC will click a couple times, shut off. He has brought people to fix both of them, but it just doesn't last. It seems like it's not really a legitimate company that comes out, more like friends that come out to fix things. That's a lot just then, but the porch, I actually called the city of Lansing. Her name is Meredith. And I called her and she came and did a rental inspection on 3/8/23. And she had a list of things for him to do. The main one was add smoke detectors. She made him come out that day and add the smoke detectors. Other than that, it was, he had to get a permit for the water heater, which I'm not sure that he still has done because it still leaks. The eaves
Does he
trough.
have a valid rental certificate?
Do I?
Do you know if he has a valid rental certificate?
He got it the day that I called her, like the day after.
So you're saying prior to that, he didn't have a rental certificate?
No.
When did you move in?
I moved in on December 3rd or 5th, 2019.
2019.
Yeah.
So December 2019 until March 2023, it's your position or understanding that he didn't have a valid rental certificate?
Correct. She actually told me that he was not registered by the city of Lansing to rent at the house.
Okay.
So she had him to do the permit for the water heater. The eaves troughs were falling down, which the person I brought with me has replaced them. That's why I brought him.
Do you have a copy of what was given to him in citations or for him to fix?
I have it on my email. I thought that I printed it out, but it is on my email.
I don't know, it's just on your email?
Yeah, she sent it to me through an email.
Okay.
Then the outlets were supposed to be fixed because some of the outlets, the plugs they didn't have any outlets on them.
Okay.
The breaker was supposed to be labeled, which is still not labeled at all. And then the porch was supposed to be completely fixed as well.
Just stop you real quick, just a moment. See if I- Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's a physical file or the number it shouldn't be. Actually. We lost the record while we find that file. I see Sarah Gordon is present, and then Chisholm, you're here on behalf of Jefferson Capital.
I am, Your Honor. Your Honor, I'm happy to report that this case has been settled. We should be able to send the court, in fact, dismissal has been produced, and the court should receive it very shortly.
Okay, well then you're all set. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Gordon,
Yes.
You look surprised. I'm sorry. Is that what your understanding is as well?
Well, that was my understanding until I got a letter in the mail saying that there was a default judgment because I didn't show for a hearing.
They must have crossed in the mail. If it will, there will be a dismissal on this. Judge, and if the court's record indicates that, I haven't received it back yet. Do I need to send a stipulation to set that aside?
Well, it's set for a pre-trial today, so I would be surprised if there's a.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a default. I wouldn't.
Default. Because we haven't had a pre-trial, but let me double check.
So Austin came up about that one. The default was entered, but he didn't know why. So he reset it.
Okay, so it sounds like we did have a default and our clerk's office was not clear as to why, so that's why it was set. So we did not enter the default. So you're all set, Ms. Gordon. The dismissal will be entered.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Gordon. Thank you, Judge. Have a great day.
Thank you.
You too.
Same to you. I thought I see Mr. Cradaville. Mr. Cradaville is here. Anybody here for Joyce Hightower? What about Michelle Sueca? Okay, I don't see either of those people. We'll double check the hallway.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. I also did not have any way of contacting them, so I have not spoken to either party.
Okay. Is anyone in the hallway? And then James McGilly, I'm assuming that you're here for Discover Bank. but you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. No, I'm here on behalf of BTD Holdings. Plaintiff is Shiv Leela LLC.
Okay, I see Jessica Kelly.
Yes, good afternoon. I'm here on behalf of Discover Bank and Discover Bank versus Arbe Haji.
Okay, very good. Who is Shijing Hu? What's your name?
Shijing Hu?
What's your name?
Shijing Hu, can you hear me?
Yes, what's your case number?
My case number, I have it. My case number is 24-03784.
Okay. Victor Skalmashenko? You're on that?
Yeah, Victor Skalmashenko, yes.
Okay, and what role do you play in this? Who are you in this matter?
I'm his wife.
Okay. Victor Skalmashenko is in the breakout room. Let's see.
Oh,
You can't be, if you all are in the same room, you can't be on two separate devices, so. You gotta be on one device.
I turn off. I turn off. So
Okay, I don't see anybody present today on behalf of Arbe Haji.
Yes.
Oh, the Arbe Haji is present, okay. Yeah, do you need an interpreter at all?
No, we good.
Okay, so then you need to get on Zoom so that you can meet with the representative from Discover Bank, okay?
But we have to get on the Zoom.
Yes, because it's a pretrial, so the goal is for you to discuss the case and do one of two things. You're either going to resolve the matter if you come to an agreement, or if not, then you'll do what's called a joint pretrial statement, and then the attorney will file that with the court, and that's how we choose or select your trial date, okay?
Okay, I mean, we just went to pay, so.
Well, you gotta talk to them so they can get a payment arrangement or get that. She's gonna get you on Zoom in just a moment, okay? Thank you. And then McGilly, you said you were on which matter again? Oh, I see you. You're on Shiv Leah versus BTD Holdings.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Anybody here on behalf of Shiv Leela LLC? Okay, it looks like the plaintiff failed to appear.
Oh, Judge, I think I received it.
But
or a voicemail. That's the Mac, which he said I'm just being called for Mac, which regarding that case. He said in the matter of, I see document came across regarding the pretrial statement. I sent the pretrial statement. Said if you could give me a call, I do have a question on that. We are on the verge of settling the matter. I'm actually have drafted
Mr. McGilly, did you talk to the attorney for the plaintiff? Because he sent an email to the court.
Yes, Your Honor, I did. The plaintiff was going to file the pretrial statement prior to 2:30. I haven't seen that that's happened yet, so that's why I turned up out of an abundance of caution. So I can only assume that the signed pretrial statement is in now.
I don't know that we received it, but what did he ask for us to call him?
Yeah, he wanted, because he had questions about, I don't know, something. He said that they're reaching a settlement.
He indicated in the email that there was some settlement that was pending. What we'll do is, if both attorneys on that email?
He left a voicemail.
Oh, there was a voicemail.
But I sent them
Oh, I put them both in the email about the trust. Correct, but I'm trying to figure out how to resolve this now, so let me reset this. I'm gonna reset this just so that we don't forget to follow up on his voicemail to make sure he's filed it, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
August 2nd at 10:30. August 2nd at 10:30, however, we'll follow up, and if he's filed that paperwork, then that court date, you can dismiss it, okay?
Very good, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ms. Kelly, when you come back from the breakout room, if you all have a resolution, because it appears that they want to resolve it by paying, you can message the court staff so that we know that you're ready to proceed, okay?
Would you like me to message from the breakout room or come back in here and put something in the chat?
Yep, you can come back and put it in the chat.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, back on the record, Ms. Church, could you find the documents you were looking for?
Yes, I did from the Meredith. Email's not popping up, but they are downloading right now. It's quite a lot, yeah.
You said from Meredith?
Meredith D. Johnson, the code enforcer.
Okay, these documents, March 8th, 2023, compliance. I think you attached it in this file.
Yeah, she needed all of that done by a certain date, and that date was.
Since April 7th,
Yes.
2023. Okay, we have a copy in the file. You can continue.
The porch he fixed only the steps, but underneath it is still rotting. I did fall through the steps on July 29th.
Of last year?
Yes, and that's when I was 8 months pregnant with my daughter, after texting him a week before, begging him almost to fix the steps. He did not fix them for about a week afterwards. Was telling me to use the back porch. I mean, the steps were completely gone. Like nobody could come up, nobody could go down. I couldn't take my son to school.
Do you have photos of the steps at all?
Yes. Yep, from there all the way. I also have photos of me going to urgent care 3 separate.
I'm sorry, what are these photos of?
These are the steps that I fell through.
Okay, we need photos printed, so you can give her those back. Because we don't want to go through your phone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a file where I printed a bunch of photos.
There's photos here, so let's see.
Yep, I've tried to send everything ahead of time. Photos of my legs falling.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's see. These are the photos that you're attempting to show me?
Yes, all of that is there. Meredith.
Okay, this is the front stairs?
Yes, that's the only way to get into my house other than the back porch where I have my garden, so I don't use the back porch gate.
Okay, and is this before or after you
This
fell?
is after I fell.
What is this board, what was there maybe?
Yes. And
that was where the wood is?
Yes, there's
seems to be
nails
deteriorated?
everywhere and.
Deteriorated?
Yes.
Okay, and what is this?
This is before I fell.
That's what it looked like before you fell?
Yes, so it's like rotted throughout the whole thing. The nails are sticking out. There's also pictures of my legs where I've fallen down those stairs and they have cut me completely on my legs multiple
Okay,
times.
one sec, because what I gotta do is organize these.
Okay, I'm
before-
sorry.
And you said the other one was after you fall.
Yes.
fell. So when you fell, this came off? is what you're
Yes,
saying?
completely
Okay.
came off. This is when I was 8 months pregnant as well.
So what were you doing when you fell down the stairs?
Going to check the mail.
Oh, you were walking down the stairs? Is that a yes?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
You just more pictures?
Yes.
Before or after?
This is right afterwards.
Okay, so what we'll do is, did you provide a copy of these photos to?
Yes, I emailed it to him months
You have a
ago.
copy of these photos?
This is the first time seeing these photos.
She provided a copy to the court. This was at the last time she had a hearing, because we just attached it here in the file.
I'm pretty sure I have proof that I sent.
You don't have any, you have a email where you sent them documents?
Yes.
If she can find the email, that'll be helpful. If not, then we'll address it.
I got a new phone, so it just. I would have to have the person that has my baby email, because he sent him the emails to there.
You said they sent, you have proof that it was already sent though?
Yeah, I sent everything.
Who sent the person out there is the one who
Yeah,
did it?
that's- Yeah.
You can have them come in
Okay,
here.
my baby was loud, so I didn't know.
I understand, but I just want to know if they already received it, then I'm not going to cause a delay to get them this stuff.
I sent everything when I came in when I came and sent it to you, everything.
Right,
ahead
so
of
we
time.
just want to get the date so that
Okay.
he can check to make sure it was received, because sometimes you could send stuff or you think you send stuff, but maybe there was too many attachments and it didn't go
We
through.
physically went up to where that was at and sent them to him as well. Yeah, we came to your office. We came to your office.
Dean, what's the day that we sent the text messages of pictures, and when did we go up to his office and gave the attachments?
He's the one that told us to come up there to give you the attachments of the pictures. The text messages, pictures, the doctors, urgent care, everything. I was definitely prepared beforehand. This was 4/15/24.
Did you want to show him?
The pictures of text.
response are attached to that email.
Text messages that I received.
I think they might be all set. Is my thing frozen? I'm not sure, Mr. Cradaville?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I don't have anybody present for your matter, so you can submit default.
I guess, okay, I'll submit have a default e-file. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Same to you. Ms. Kelly, were you all set in the breakout room?
Yes, thank you. I was just letting you know in the chat that we're ready to put a consent agreement on the record.
Okay, I'm in the middle of a trial, but if you all have agreed to consent, you can authenticate it and send it through my file.
Oh, that would be fine. I think Ms. Haji, it will be returning to the courtroom, so she may need to hear that as well.
Yep, they're right here.
Okay.
You all did a consent agreement?
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna agree to pay?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the amount, counsel?
The amount, which includes filing fees, is $4,692.61.
Okay. And you're gonna file that paperwork today, Ms. Kelly?
Yes, we will. I'm sorry,
did
we'll circulate it for signatures, but then we'll file it right away.
I was gonna say, did you give her permission to sign the consent agreement on your behalf? Okay, they've given you consent.
Oh,
to
very
sign on
good.
their- Okay.
We'll
So
do that then.
You're all, thank you, you're all set for today.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Same to you. And so you showed him where
All the pictures that you have, he has as well. Porch, my leg, the doctor's notes, Meredith's consent, the compliance dates. This is all attached, everything you got, and we physically came up to you where you work at and gave it to your assistant as well. These are all sent though, so even though you have, I mean, you sent them all, this is all, everything's, I sent, even the gutter falling, him fixing the gutter. I mean, stuff that everything's on here.
How was it sent to him?
Through his email, through his Brian Mum email that he sent me.
She showed you where she sent it. I have no reason to dispute her email records, and she dropped off a copy to the court. Are you objecting to these as exhibits?
No, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm gonna mark these as the plaintiff's exhibit, you doing A or 1, it's plaintiff's exhibit 1. You can continue now.
I also went to urgent care on July 17th, 2020, where I fell on the steps. And they actually noted that I fell on the steps.
I thought you fell July 29th.
I fell 3 times on the steps, different times.
So you fell July
17th of 2020, where I went to Lansing urgent care and I got crutches, a boot, and a knee splint. And that was all due to falling from the stairs. And they actually physically typed in that I fell down the stairs at urgent care. I also fell on 7/30 when I was 8 months pregnant and I couldn't get x-rays. So they just gave me a wrist splint because I caught myself like
Which
this.
year?
That was 2023.
Okay, so are you saying the 3 times were July 17, 2020, July 29th, 2023?
And then there was
or was the July 29th really the July 30th?
It was July 17th, 2020, I fell.
Okay.
And then I fell on 7/30 of 2023.
Okay.
And then I'm pretty sure I fell on another day as well, once I find it. One moment. And I also fell on February 20th of 2023.
And prior to your falling, did you notify your landlord of the issue with the stairs?
Absolutely, which is all in those text messages that you have, and I have a copy right here as well. Basically begging for him to fix the steps. There's no response.
That's a copy for?
Yeah, you guys have one too.
Okay.
Of the text messages.
Text messages, where do they start? Look, see, this is, I have a pile of paperwork, so I
Yeah,
have to
I know,
go
I'm
through and
sorry.
see. Is there something that?
Monday, July 31st, I'm asking about the steps. This is after I fell. There is one before then when I said that the steps are rotting, you have to fix them
So
immediately.
you're saying
before I
there's
fall.
there are dates on the text message?
Yes, yep, they're up there on the dates.
Okay, the beginning of my text messages don't necessarily show that, so let me start with what are these? I don't think these are text messages. This is the first text message I have.
Okay.
It just says Shelley. Who's Shelley?
That's him under there. It's also said Bruce.
Oh, what
Hicks
is his
under there.
name?
Bruce Hicks.
Okay, why does it say Shelley?
That was his nickname because he also was hitting me up, or he was contacting me through a text now, because we had a personal relationship, honestly, beforehand, years and years ago.
Okay.
On this text messages, he also switched his phones, so there were different numbers on there, but these ones say Bruce Hicks on here as well.
Got it. And what is this? This is notice by order of
That
court.
is
You
when
are
he-
directed to evict.
That is when he tried to evict me for not paying him rent for not fixing things in the house.
Okay, so when did these text messages come through?
That is, I want to say 2020, when he took me to court for non-payment of rent, where I had to pay all the money back to him.
Okay, I see something that's highlighted here. It says the highlighted portion, why we about to do about the stairs.
Yeah, what are we
I'm
about to do?
pregnant.
Yes.
Okay, LMK, which my understanding is let me know.
Yes, it is.
When you're home, it says, okay, and then I see a question mark porch. The steps on the porch are broken completely. I told you the other day.
Yes, I told him ahead of time before I fell on the porch that they were rotting, and I needed to, because I was big, so I knew that they were gonna bust on me anytime then.
I don't know what is purported to follow behind this text message, or did that conversation end here?
It's probably ended there.
Okay. Okay, so then there's another portion that it looks like you highlighted a couple pages down.
Mhm.
Porch, question mark. Oh, it did end, okay. Why is this not in order then? It says, I told you the other day, the steps of the porch are broken completely. I've been telling you I can have someone do it. I've been replacing the porch for over a year now.
Yes.
And then there looks like there's no response.
Yeah, not at all.
Okay, so you did notify him about this, the steps you said in writing.
Mhm.
Okay, continue.
I fell on the steps, then it took him about 7 days to come and fix the steps, where I'm also asking, is somebody coming to replace them? You said Monday, it's now Wednesday. I couldn't get in and out of my house. I run a business, holistic business from inside of my house, so my customers couldn't get in there. I sell CMOS, so I couldn't make any money during that time. I couldn't take my son to school or anything like that. That's when he finally had somebody come fix the steps, and they were actually smoking marijuana during them fixing the steps. I honestly have proof of that, but I know that I had to tell him that I was recording him first, but he was smoking during that time. And he is the witness to know that person was smoking weed as he was fixing my steps.
What else did you want to hear? So far I have the steps were broken, that you fell through them 3 times, and that you stated you notified him prior to. When were these text messages sent to him?
They say right here, if it's the same, it's August 2nd, July 3rd, Monday, July 31st.
No, so the ones you sent me don't have any dates on them. Maybe I need the copy you have in your hands.
Okay.
Just has times, no dates. Did you have another copy of these? Or is this my copy?
Yeah, that is, that's my copy. I gave him a copy and then I gave you guys a copy.
The copy that we have doesn't look like this, so let's see if I can make a photocopy of these. These are just text messages.
Yes.
I think you have included some notes by accident. We don't have those. I think these are her notes. Can we see if we can photocopy those? I don't know if they get jammed because they're not really smooth.
I have a copy, Your Honor, so I can see what order.
Did she send you a copy?
Yes, the copy right there.
And then she sent me like picture copies.
Picture copies? So she sent them to you and you printed them? If you want to use the court's ink for some more copies?
I just want to know what order they're going.
I don't know.
Yeah, the order, I think that I'm sorry about that. That's not an order.
Can you
but-
show, Miss, can you do me a favor, you want to show him the copies that we're gonna purport, because I just need to make it as an exhibit. Make this one too. This motion is. What is this thumb and shake on that is that for? It says motion. Motion for what? There's no motion in here. That Mine says notice to appear on the 24th. Oh, motion filed for substitution. Substitution of what? That's what she read. Substitution of what? Whitney, you said? Yeah. See if she can get her phone, please. Hi, Brittany, it's Judge Simmons. How are you? I'm well, thank you. I have a matter on my docket today. Thank you. It is 24-03784. And it just says motion. I don't see a motion in the file. So I'm not sure why it's here. I hope it's not on the subject. That would be helpful. But yeah, no one, I'm gonna, the other party didn't appear, so they've been here. And I'm just not, I'm like, what are they, I don't know what the motion is for. So what are they starting to substitute? Oh, okay. Miss who?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where's Victor Stomachenko?
He passed away on July 4th by
Okay.
accident.
Who logged in with someone logged in today on my Zoom and it had his name. Who was that?
I did that. I thought, I don't know which name will be taken, so I used both.
Okay, so you filed a substitution to substitute as the plaintiff?
Yeah.
Okay, they did not submit the substitution to me. I had to call to find out that, so they're gonna send it up now, but I'm going to grant your substitution and you're all set for today. I think you have a hearing on the 24th, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, you're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay, I think I got a copy now. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, where's the copy? Did you give me those?
Yes, I give it to you.
These look like they're.
No, I.
Oh, got it. I didn't mean to copy these. That's why. That's hers. I don't know
Oh,
what that is.
sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, so I have the text messages that you were reading. So these are from July 31st. So these would be after you fell?
Correct.
Okay. Do you have any evidence of text messages you sent before you fell?
I think I may have sent them, but I don't know if they have a date on those ones.
I think those are the ones I probably read because they did not have a
Yes.
date.
Yeah, that was when I had switched phones, so.
Got it. Okay, and so the water, the heat, where did you address the heat with him?
Multiple times. There's been multiple times. I know that he's had people come out here. I actually contacted him this winter about the heat, and the AC. They just haven't worked fully since I've worked there, or since I've lived there.
But you have hot water?
Yes, we do have hot water. The water heater does leak, so it rises my BWL bill tremendously. Which I had to call BWL to ask that because it was just rising and rising. I couldn't figure out why. That is when I had the code inspector Meredith come, and she said that he had to have a permit for the water heater and install that. And she said it had not been issued and lacks inspection and approval from the city of Lansing plumbing inspector.
Okay, and do you know if this gave a compliance day of April 23? Do you know if it ever was brought into compliance?
No, it has not been, because my breakers still aren't labeled. The porch still is not up to par.
But code compliance has not been back?
She said that he was not in compliance. That he has not been in compliance with the city of Lansing.
Right, but they issued this to him, is what you're saying?
Yes.
And then they gave him a compliance due date.
Correct.
And so my question is, did they come back after then to check?
No.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Just the things that have been wrong with the house is just like the eaves trough falling, and my family having to fix things in the house. Just, it takes a while for him to answer me, respond back to me. The main reason I'm here though is for the porch. The air doesn't work and the heat doesn't work, and we've woken up with freezing cold nights with my kids, but I'm really here for the porch and me falling through the porch multiple times and when I was pregnant.
Okay, any other evidence you need to submit today, ma'am?
I'm pretty sure I gave everything to you.
Okay, did you have any other witnesses that you wanted to call?
I did want to call him up just for him fixing things in the house.
Okay. What's his name?
Mark,
what's his full name?
Mark Carmack.
William Mark Carmack. You can come to the stand, sir. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
You can have a seat, sir. Spell your last name.
CARMACK.
And Mr. Carmack, how do you know this church?
Girlfriend.
That's your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have known her for about 6 years.
For 6 years? Okay. So you're familiar with this address of 1931 Farrell?
Yep.
Okay. And so she says that you stick some things there?
Yes.
What are those things?
Well, I worked on the porch for several times, but the screws were coming.
The screws were coming out?
Yeah. And that allowed the board to kick up because it warped. I worked on the gutter, it fell. And I put that back up, and there's been numerous things that I was capable of fixing it.
What about the heat? do you have, are you familiar with the heat
I didn't do
issue?
anything with that.
I'm not sure if you fixed it. Are you familiar with the issue though?
Yes,
Okay, and has she had heat when you were there?
yeah, sometimes,
Sometimes?
yeah,
So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't?
yeah,
Okay. And is that consistent with the air conditioning?
yeah, pretty much.
What about plumbing? Do you know if she had any plumbing issues?
She's had several. I tried to fix some of them, but couldn't.
Do you have any questions for him? Anything else you wanted him to testify about?
Okay, he's bought the air conditioning that
Yeah.
the portable air conditioners that we have to use.
Okay, sounds good. Mr. Lund?
Mr. Carmack, what kind of qualifications do you have as far as there's,
None.
so,
I mean, I just fixed a few things that an average person could fix.
yeah. So if you screw down some boards on the boards, is it possible that they cause the board to work?
They'll work when I screwed it down. That's why I screwed it down.
Um,
And then that didn't even hold.
What did you use to screw it down? The original screws, you're saying?
No, I put other screws in and it still, because of, right where you come up, the board was warped. So even
When
though
you
I
say
screwed
warped,
it down,
what does that mean when you say warped?
well, the board's supposed to be flat. It was raised up like this.
Okay, is that, well, okay, let me see if I have a picture.
That's about as easy as I can explain.
This is the board that you screwed down?
No, it's straight. The one's right in front of where it's tore up
Okay,
on the flat part.
got it,
Those edges kept coming up because those end boards are warped.
got it, okay. Any other questions for him, Mr. Lund?
no, Your Honor, I do have a couple photos that may help.
You have what?
Couple photos that may help you.
Okay, did you want to question her? Because you can get excused from the stand, sir. She did give some testimony, so you can question her as well.
This church, do you have a contract with Mr. Hicks individually?
We had a lease and then we went month to month.
And who was?
Bruce Hicks, he was the landlord.
Is it a company?
He switched it. It was coast to coast and then it was something else. He's switched it on me quite a few times, but I've been in contact with all.
So if I told you that the property was owned by Coast to Coast Properties LLC.
Yes, I would. That's why I added them as well.
I have a document there. From the Lansing BSNA website. Match up to witness.
Yes.
Look right there at the top of the page. At the top of page 2, says sale date, grantor, white and grantee Coast to Coast Properties LLC. Yes. So Coast to Coast Properties LLC, you don't want the property, correct?
Correct.
To admit that.
Why is this relevant?
The property owner is Coast to Coast Properties, Your Honor.
But we don't know that, just this doesn't, you need to admit this through your own witness, not through her. She can't admit that. She doesn't know anything about who Coast to Coast Properties are. So if you want to call a witness and admit it for that purpose, I'll let you do that, but I'm not gonna let you admit it through her testimony.
So you named Bruce Hicks individually, and you named Unlimited Potential LLC as the defendants on this lawsuit. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm pretty sure I added Coast to Coast as well. I added all three because I didn't know who he is at the time, honestly. And I've been in contact with all of them, so
So,
pretty sure he's the owner of both of those places.
but not the owner of the property,
But not, I couldn't hear you because your voice was dropping out, not the owner of what?
but not the owner of the
He's the
property.
only person I've been in contact with the property, so, I mean, that's my landlord.
And you don't have a copy of the lease.
I do not have a copy of the lease. I think I had a little piece of paper that he scribbled it down when we first moved in there, which I'm pretty sure both of you guys have a copy of that, but I do not have a copy of the lease.
And you said that the first time you filed was in July of 2020. Is that correct?
Yes.
Let me back up. The lease, you said you don't have a copy of the lease, but you have what?
It's like he wrote down like on a receipt of something like that we agreed.
This?
Yes, that's when I first I gave him $10,000 before I first moved in. I don't know if it was for him to get the house or something, but I gave him either 10 or 14 grand cash for him to hold that house for me so that I could move in before Christmas for my kids.
Okay, and I see something about, I can't make out what the amount about deposit, is that what you're saying is 2,000?
Yes.
And then it said due 14,000?
I'm not sure.
And then it said received. I can't make up, he asked her what the handwriting is. Yeah.
It was the deposit. This is what I paid when I first moved into the house.
Okay, what does it say on that?
It says received by Bruce Hicks. That was him.
The amount of the money?
Yes, that he had received it.
So you paid him $10,000
to get the house, and then it was $1,000 a month to live there.
Okay.
And then he had took me to court about a year later because I had stopped paying the $1,000 because my air wasn't working, my heat wasn't working, plumbing.
He filed an eviction?
He filed an eviction on me, yes.
In this court?
I'm not sure.
Yes, Your Honor.
Where I had to pay all the money back to him. And then it just kept happening, getting worse. You know, things are not fixing, we're getting worse. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you. You can continue. I was talking to Mr. Long.
So in your complaint, you had prayer for relief, you asked for $15,000 for living expenses. Is that correct?
Yep, for everything I've endured while living there, honestly. Paying for rooms when it was freezing. I mean, he paid for a lot of things to fix the house. My son missing school, me having to pay rides for people to just come get him because I couldn't leave.
Have documentation of all this.
You have it too. Yes, you have all the receipts. Everybody has everything they need.
You have documentation of you getting hotels?
I actually got a hotel one night and then I stayed at my mom's house for the next, and with Mark as well. He had to take my brother home though. And my mother couldn't make it. She's really, really old, so.
Really old help. What does that mean?
She couldn't drive unless we went and picked her up, so she couldn't. I mean, I don't know that she couldn't get on Zoom or anything like that, but if she was here, she would say that we stayed there multiple times. just because my house was just too cold.
And so you had previously sent me and the court some documents from Lansing Urgent Care, is that correct?
Yep, yes.
And, this one's July 17th, 2020.
Yep. All those dates are the dates that I followed from the porch.
And it says total payment 0. Did you have to make any payment to urgent care?
No, I did not, but I missed out on money because I couldn't walk because I had a boot and crutches. I have Medicaid, so I didn't make any payments on what they supplied for me, like the boot, the crutches, or anything like that, but it's not like I didn't miss out on money because having that, so. And urgent care also documented that it was my third time falling on the porch where I lived at.
You submitted a number of handwritten receipts.
Yep, that's for when Mark came and fixed things, the AC that he bought, the gutter that he fixed, he brought all those supplies, so.
Did you prepare all these yourself? Did someone else prepare them?
I prepared them and he prepared them. He told me what he wanted to charge me and what he thought was right, so, I mean, he got up on a ladder and did it like he risked it. He's very old and tender himself, and he got up there and fixed those because Bruce would come and fix my gutter. And I mean, I couldn't even walk out my front door. Or there's the multiple times that the drains didn't fix, and we couldn't even take baths. Both of my kids couldn't take baths, and he had to get a bucket on his hands and knees and fix the stuff, so. I definitely wanted him to charge me for labor.
You wanted who to charge you for
I
labor?
wanted Mark to charge me for the labor because, I mean, he's old and he didn't have to do those things, so. It was hard on him, getting down, trying to fix my garbage disposal, trying to snake the drains in the bathroom, so.
Some of these don't have dates, don't have the year.
They might not, but they might not. But they're all within, we live in there.
These are all sequentially numbered. Did you make them all at the same time?
I did not. It's just, I went
What are
back to
those?
back on the receipt, on the receipt.
I don't think I have those.
It's a receipt book, so I mean. I went-
From, wait, where's the receipts from? From you paying rent?
No, from things being fixed in the house, like him grabbing the nails and the gutter utensils and everything like that, so.
Well, that's evidence that you would probably want to show to the court. I don't have a copy of it.
Oh, yeah, they're right here. Mark filled out a few of these too. And by multiple ACs, the windows, the eaves trough. He actually paid $1,000 for the fireplace that we have now. And that was from a garage sale from Margaret that he bought the fireplace for. Space heaters, nails, the gas. He also lives an hour away. The wood, the porch fixings. I don't know if she wants to take copies of these. Each time that he came to fix the porch, he put down gas for him coming. Furnace filters was, my mom bought multiple furnace filters thinking that would help with the heat. Bruce did buy a couple, but my mom bought way more. Carbon monoxide detectors because Meredith said he only needed to bring smoke detectors, but I'm pretty sure the ones that he brought maybe had carbon monoxide detectors with it. I'm not sure, but we just got one just to be safe because my kids were there. He bought a snake to fix the bathroom drain twice, snaked out the drain. He also bought and replaced placements for door springs, 2 for the front door and 1 for the back door. These are the receipts right here.
Let me ask you this. I'm just reading through these messages that you have, and it sounds like you've had some trials in this home. Why won't you move?
I love the area. I love my neighbors. I love my area there. I really love the home. Like I love my neighbors. My neighbors love me. It's a great home if it would be fixed up. You know, if it's just a few things, if my landlord would be a landlord, it would be fine. I wouldn't mind paying rent the $1,000 if my AC worked properly, you know, if my drains were fixed, if the things were fixed. I really love the area. My son goes to school at Pam's right there. It's a great area.
Anything else, Mr. Lowe?
You said rent's $1,000 a month?
Yes.
And when's the last time you paid rent?
The day that I took him to court was the last time I told that I would ever put money in his hand. Absolutely.
Is there a current eviction?
Which my mom also has the money in the escrow as well.
You named unlimited potential as a defendant, is that correct?
Yes.
And you didn't name unlimited potential Inc. or unlimited potential LLC or?
I'm not sure if I did add LLC or not.
And would you be surprised to know that there are 14 entities registered in the state of Michigan that include name, limited potential.
Pretty sure I did a limited potential LLC.
I don't have any more. One more question on the sink. Have rocks in the sink.
I did have rocks, and when he first came, he told me that was a problem, so I took the rocks out.
There are rocks in the
Yeah, I had like little big decorative rocks in the sink, and then he told me that it could have caused the first plumbing error with many, and so I took them out.
I don't understand what kind of rocks are in the
It was
sink.
like decorative little, like little pebble rocks in there.
In the sink?
Yes. But once he told me that could be a reason of why the plumbing was like that, I took them out. But that was the first time, that was years ago. I mean, he had like 10 people to fix the plumbing after that.
Were you there when they snaked the drain?
Which times?
First time.
I was there for every time they snaked the drain.
And what did they pull out of the drain?
Hair, mud. If they pulled out a rock, I would hope that you guys would have proof of that. They didn't pull out a rock out of the drain.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Is there anything else, Maureen, that you wanted to add to support your claim?
Me?
Yes.
No, Your Honor, I think that covers it.
Okay, Mr. Long, does you intend to call witnesses?
I would like to file a motion for directed verdict, Your Honor.
You can proceed. Yes.
Your Honor, pursuant to MCR 2.516, we are moving to or request directed verdict. The plaintiff in this case named unlimited potential as the defendant didn't name unlimited potential LLC or unlimited potential Inc. Further, there's been no evidence presented that unlimited potential has any duty to the defendant or to the plaintiff. Further, Mr. Hicks individually is a member of unlimited potential and those properties, but he does not individually own the property.
Doesn't individually own the property, meaning it's under a LLC, is that what you're saying?
Correct.
But that doesn't mean that someone can't sue him in his individual capacity, though, correct?
That's correct. Do that.
Okay, but you don't believe she's established that duty by text messages between her and him directly, not an agent. Receipts where she handed him money directly, not an agent. Right, but he acted in his personal capacity, he accepted that money and he's texting her directly, correct?
I would argue that he's acting in his capacity as a member of the company.
Okay, so then that would, so you can sue a member of a company and its agents. correct?
I mean, the purpose of a company is
to shield you from liability. And so in order to do that, typically take certain additional measures to continue to shield your liability typically. Most people who operate with LLCs hire an agent to manage back and forth. I mean, these are pages of back and forth about rents and you fix this and what time are you gonna be gone? Or okay, I'll come over and sorry that your aunt passed. This is not an agent. And then also she's represented, they also had a personal relationship prior to this. I have no reason to dispute that after reading the text messages.
further, in her prayer for relief, she asked for $15,000 for relocation fees. She hasn't, not a right claim, and she demonstrated that is $15,000. The damages. For the properties, purchase the property.
So Ghost Coast property and then your voice trailed off. You said what?
Purchased the property in December of 2020. Some of these matters predate December of 2020.
And some of the matters predate December of 2020.
Correct.
But she testified that when she moved in, she dealt directly with them, correct?
That's what she testified, yes.
And she presented a receipt where she gave him the money when she moved in.
Didn't own the property at that time.
He didn't own the property, but he accepted her rent and entered into a rental agreement with her? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't know what that receipt is.
Sounds like it's a question of fact. Motion for director's verdict is denied. You can continue with your proofs.
Number 6.
Thank you. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury.
Yes.
Thank you. You can have a seat, Mr. Hicks. Okay. And it's common spelling, Bruce Hicks?
It is.
Okay, counsel, you can question your client.
Mr. Hicks, are you a member of Christmas property?
I am.
And if I show you this BSC report from the city of Lansing. Show the date that Coast properties purchased.
Yeah.
Purchased in.
Yes.
On the top left of that page, can you tell me what it says?
Self date, self history, self date, 12/2/20.
And is that the date that Coast properties bought the property?
Yes.
That's exhibit A on it.
Any objection to defendants A? Did you show it to her, what it was? What is this? It's the city of Lansing property records that we think asked you about when it showed that Mr. Hicks purchased the property.
Coast to coast property. Coast to coast property.
Okay, what am I? Okay. I'm asking if you have any objection to that as an exhibit.
I have no objection.
Okay. Defendants A is admitted.
And Coast properties is not a party to this. Yes.
I don't believe so.
I also came back.
Whoa. They didn't do that to you when you spoke, did they?
No, they didn't. I apologize.
And can you have your client repeat his answer?
To your knowledge, is both of those properties a party to this case?
They are not, to the best of my knowledge.
And unlimited potential is named as a defendant in this case, is that correct?
Yeah.
And if I just ask you a printout from the state of Michigan website. And unlimited potential.
Oh, yes.
Show 14.
And this state of Michigan printout, the first entity named unlimited potential. Can you tell me where that address is?
3577, obviously that's Labor Beach Road in Adrian, Michigan.
And are you related to that entity? Do you have an entity named unlimited potential?
No, I'm not a member.
Do you have an entity named unlimited potential LLC?
I'm a member of an agent for potential LLC.
Move to admit as exhibit B.
Dan, do you have any objection to defendant exhibit B, which is the license and regulatory affairs business entities results? I think he showed you earlier.
Oh, no, I have no objection to that. No.
That will be admitted as B. And the, Mr. Hicks, you said you are a agent or a member of, you said unlimited potential LLC.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, and obviously there's two that indicate that one has a comma, correct?
That is correct, yeah.
What address would be the one that you're associated with? Okay. You can continue, counsel.
And do you generally have a process for when people have issues, maintenance issues?
Yeah.
And what is that process?
They reach out via text message or email. Request the maintenance.
You said they request what?
Request the maintenance, Your Honor.
Maintenance repair. Before we get there,
I don't want to yell into the mic. So.
that you should talk into the mic, but that's really for her though. This, I can hear you just like he would hear you, but I have that blocking.
Okay, makes sense. I just didn't want to blow.
Yeah, no, I think and she'll let you know if she can't hear you. But I tend to have an issue with because of this.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so then it's submit a maintenance request. You are a member of this Unlimited Potential LLC, and are there other members?
Yes, there are other members. So
okay.
the way Coast to Coast Property owns the property. Potential LLC has a property management agreement with them.
Okay, so you're part of the property management.
I'm property management, yes, I'm property management for Limited Potential LLC. So to be named in the lawsuit, I don't know why I would be named in the lawsuit. It's almost like suing somebody at Speedway
this one, Your Honor.
Yes, please. Thank you.
And do you know the party that you bought the property from?
I don't know her.
It's a third party.
It's a third party.
I thought he didn't own the property.
That Coast to Coast Properties bought the property from.
It's a third party.
He just said, he answered your question.
Fine.
He asked him, does he know where he bought the property from? He said Coast to Coast Property. Or a third party.
Third body, a third party. He bought it. He didn't know the prior owner.
Do you have any ownership interest in this property, sir?
I don't understand your question. What do you mean?
That's a broad question. Do you have any ownership interest?
I'm a member of
Of what?
LLC, Your Honor.
Which LLC?
Couple of them.
Coast to Coast? Are you a member?
I'm a member of Coast to Coast.
You want to play in the court with me today with the games and the wordplay?
Are you asking me?
Because I asked before. And your position is that he's not an owner. I asked you, were you the owner? You said you weren't the owner. You were a member of Unlimited, and it's like you're just the manager. But actually you do have an ownership interest in this, correct?
In what, Your Honor? And I'm not
In
trying to play word
the
games.
address located at 1931 Farrell. I want the records of who's a member of Coast to Coast Properties and who's a member of Unlimited Potential LLC.
I don't have those with me.
That's okay, because it's 4:14. I'm going to adjourn for that purpose.
All
But
right.
there's more things that I want too, so he can continue answering questions or asking questions.
So are you a member of Coast to Coast Properties LLC?
Yeah.
And are you a member of Unlimited Potential LLC?
I'm an agent.
And are there other members of Coast to Coast Property?
Yes.
And are there members? So you're not a member of Unlimited Potential?
I'm an agent.
And in January 2024, did we file suit against this church for?
That was 2023. I don't think, was it 2024?
That's correct.
But what's the relevance of the eviction?
It shows the property owner and the parties that were involved in that case.
The court can take judicial notice. We're actually questioning about how people get stuff serviced. That's what I want to hear about.
Stuff service.
Yeah, he said that they submit a request for maintenance.
And have you? Have you previously done maintenance at 1931 Farrell? Or had maintenance completed there?
Maintenance and pension.
You received maintenance requests.
Maintenance and pension completed.
And gave you a list of those. Prepare a list of the maintenance that has been completed. I present this to Ms. Ryan. So on this list, you go through the maintenance that you've done before having completed.
Looks like it was a water heater installed 12 of 20. Commercial portrait repair was done 12 of 20. Rental service paid 12 of 20. Ran with snakes 2 of 20. Let me go through all of these or?
Yeah.
All right. Drain snake 2 of 21. Furnace. Furnace individual was sent out there 3 of 21. No call, no show. 4 of 21, no call, no show. Furnace was repaired 3/6/21. Ducts were clean 11/1. 21 drains were clean 8/19/22. Water heater and AC repair 7/29. 22 plumbing repair 2/3/23. Drain cleaning for 12/23. Plumbing repair 4/21. 23 porch repair 7/9/23. Porch repair 8/2/23.
And did you prepare this list?
Yeah. Well, I have some of it. I gave the information and prepared by someone.
Move to admit garage.
Oh, he just gave testimony. I don't know that this is a document that's kept in the regular reports of business, so we can't admit it. But he testified to it, so that's the evidence we needed. I can keep it from my recollection. Thanks.
And in regards to the, well,
I'd like to hit on something. Can I elaborate on the rental certificate?
Yes, they'll question you about it, but you just gave him a heads up that he should question you about it.
and what would you like to say about that?
No, wait a minute. He's the attorney, not you. You have to ask him a question and you know that.
There's been testimony about rental certificate. Said that the inspector has come to the property. Is there currently a rental certificate for the property?
To the best of my knowledge, there is a rental cert out there. The way the city of Lansing works, you go and you pay the fee. They allow you to have a tenant in there, come out and do their inspection. Well, before they come out and do their inspections, to allow the landlord to, or the company, whichever, the property to be rented. I don't feel like I'm yelling. Am I yelling at you?
You're not.
Okay. So that the property can be rented. No one can control when an inspector comes out. Your duty is to go and pay the fee downtown, and that's what was.
And have you received any documentation from the inspector or the city of Lansing at all?
I received we received a list of repairs. It was a very short list, maybe 3 or 4 things on it. I think it was a water heater permit that needed to be put in because they were not doing inspections in 2020 because of COVID. So you were not able to get an inspection on HVAC or plumbing. So we cross-reference with the city of Lansing code compliance and building safety office. So that's probably why there was no cert on the green sticker. Once we're made aware of that, the service was completed. There should be a green sticker on there.
You said a green sticker on where?
It should be a green sticker on the city's.
On their website, you mean?
I guess that's where it's held or on the property. I'm not sure. Brian Shields. I actually met Brian Shields out there myself. Brian Shields.
Talk to him about the water heater or about other issues?
Nope, he just came off of the water heater.
And when was that?
Sometime in 23, early spring. I couldn't give you a specific date.
Approximately a year ago.
Yeah.
A little more than a year ago.
Yeah.
And there's been talk about the porch, provided some pictures.
Oh, and one more thing, kind of, this property was so dilapidated and broken down with all the slumlords around, and all the stuff going on, they would have come back out and red tagged his house, which would have forced everyone in the house to leave. That's not the case. So everything that was requested. Referencing the stairs.
Yeah, regarding the stairs, did Ms. Church contact you to fix the?
She also said she fell on them in 2019. The property wasn't owned by Coast to Coast in 2019.
I don't think she said 20. She said 2020 and twice in 2020.
Your Honor, do you have those dates in
Yeah,
2020?
she said July 17th, 2020.
Property wasn't owned by Coast to Coast Properties then. Coast to Coast Properties owned it in December of 2020, Your Honor.
Okay, so let me back up then.
Yes.
When she moved in, why did she pay you the money to move in?
Because I'm an agent for that company. I handle the leasing, showing the properties and the property management
For Coast to Coast Properties.
for Unlimited Potential. Limited Potential has a property management agreement with Coast to Coast Properties.
But you own both.
I'm a member of both. Well, a member of one, an agent of the other.
So you have an ownership interest in both. That's why she paid you the money, correct?
Your Honor, you have to excuse my ignorance. I don't understand if one is one and one is the other. I know I'm an agent, so I don't want to say I'm an owner.
Usually when you say agent, that means I own it, but I say you're gonna represent me. That's an agent. Not I own it, I put it in an LLC. So just because I'm not referring to what the licensing and regulatory affairs website says, registered agent, because the registered agent is generally the owner.
Or a manager.
The manager can't go to licensing and regulatory affairs and register something. The owner can.
And to the best of my knowledge, when you fill out the form, it says registered agent. That's what it is, not owner.
Right, and Mr. Lum can't go and take a business or company that you, or property that you own and register it. The owner would have to do that.
Register.
So I didn't ask you were you considered the registered agent, or I asked you, did you have an ownership interest? Meaning, do you have any ownership entity in this? And if you are the owner that created the LLC, and if we're going to get technical, I can require those documents to be brought in. I already pulled enough of them off of Lyra, but I'm asking for him to bring them to the court. So I know who owns the property.
Sure.
And I know the addresses are the same for the registered agent, for both Unlimited LLC and the Coast to Coast. So we're dealing with the same ownership here.
So as a registered agent, is that what I would answer?
No, I didn't ask you were you, I didn't ask you were you the registered agent. I asked you, did you have ownership interest in the property?
Ryan, you gotta help me. I don't understand.
Okay, he can't help you out. He can't explain my questions.
Well, maybe I don't understand them, Your Honor, because the way I was told that this needs to be filled out is you are the registered agent.
Why did you go fill it out?
That's what my attorney told me to do.
Your attorney told you to go and fill out paperwork.
Yes.
To do what?
To register as an agent for the LLC.
Because you wanted to start an LLC.
Because it needed to be an LLC.
No, you wanted to start an LLC, correct?
I was told I needed an LLC.
To put your properties in the LLC, correct?
No, because Unlimited Potential is the property manager.
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking about Coast to Coast because you're listed on Coast to Coast too.
Yes, Coast to Coast. I'm on.
And you said the owner of the property was Coast to Coast. Correct?
Right, and I'm a member of that.
Yeah. What title do you hold as a member?
Just a member.
You're a board member?
No, I think it's a managing member.
How many managing members are there?
I don't know off the top of my head, and I don't want to lie.
You don't know off the top of your head?
I don't.
Okay. I need the documents for the LLC for Coast to Coast Properties, listing the all of the members and I need the documents for Unlimited Potential LLC listing all of the members. You know, business transactions and organization, business orgs, just like I know business orgs. So I'm not gonna go back and forth with a play on words because it doesn't protect you in court. It doesn't even give the appearance that you're being forthcoming. I understand, yeah, because if I ask a question and I feel like you're trying to skirt around, well, I'm an agent, who started the property? Who the company, property management company, who founded it?
I would say group of guys and myself.
So there's other people listed. You and a group of guys started this company and you wouldn't registered it as an LLC.
Your Honor, I mean, I'm a member of.
I'm asking, that's not what I don't care about what you're a member of a lot of things. I'm asking specifically about this.
I would have to pull up the document.
You don't remember, so you want to sit in court under oath and tell me that you started a company, you don't remember who you're a member of a company with?
This is what I'm saying, Your Honor. Instead of shooting from the hip, I would rather be 100% sure. Because I don't want to lie under oath. If I say no, and it is, then I'm lying. If I say yes, and it isn't, then I'm lying.
So you have business partners and you don't remember who they are, is what you're saying?
No, I don't know. I don't know which companies we are with, right? So I'm a member of a lot of different LLCs. So instead of me saying yes to a specific one, I would rather pull up the document that's on Lara and say, hey, yep, this is it. Or pull up the operating agreement, which we can produce. It's not a problem. I just don't want to give you the wrong information. That's it. There's no trying to scheme around it. I just don't want to give you the wrong information.
Okay, and I've asked your attorney to provide those documents. Mr. Lum will remember to give you those documents.
Sure.
Back to the stairs.
How would you like to get those documents right now?
What do you mean, how about, you can either drop them off, like you would drop off other evidence, but I'm gonna hold another hearing date because it's 4:29 and you haven't finished questioning, and she has the right to question him and then give rebuttal evidence. So you can probably just bring it back when you come.
I'm not trying to be the difficult witness. I just don't want to perjure myself, right? That's what that is. If you,
it's correct. You should tell the truth, but it's concerning. I think it raised a red flag for me when I ask someone who owns a business and that's registered and they don't remember who they own the business with.
Fair. Fair.
That's the concern.
Fair.
But nonetheless, back to the stairs, because I want to know, say you got questions about the stairs. Were the stairs repaired?
They were.
When were they repaired?
The stairs were repaired 7/29 and 8/2. There were pictures
7/29 and 8/2
of 23. It's on that document you told Mr.
Yeah, I
Lum
still
you
have.
didn't need.
Yep, I have. I'm trying to see.
All the way at the bottom?
Okay. Is that what it says, porch repair?
Yes.
7/29/2023, which she alleged she slipped, she fell on the 30th, and then you came back on the 2nd to repair them?
Yes.
Okay, why did you have to repair them on the 29th and then again on the 2nd?
Well, because she said they were broken.
Okay. Okay, why,
Maybe I didn't answer your question.
no, you answered my question
Okay,
then.
okay.
I see 2 porch repairs, and so I'm trying to get a timeline because in between there, she fell. So I'm wondering why you thought you were coming back out. That's why I asked. I can't take her word over. I gotta ask you.
Right, right.
Okay, okay, and then I have allegation that she fell in July. I'm sorry, in February of 2023. Was there a repair done around there? Because I don't see that listed.
I'd have to go, I don't see it on here, but I don't necessarily know that we were made aware of an issue in February.
Okay, I see here though that there was a brand new heater installed December 2020 and initial porch repair December 2022.
No, December 20.
I'm just, no, I meant as well,
Okay,
December
no,
2020.
that's fine. I just
So with those, she says she fell in July of 2020.
How can
So
you said July of what again?
she said July of 2020, meaning before December.
Right.
She says she fell And then I see that you put initial repair December 2020. So your testimony is that once you took ownership, which you say the company that you are a member or agent of took ownership in the end of 2020,
Yes.
and then you made an initial repair, is what you're
Yes.
saying. And so why did you make that initial repair?
It was 4 years ago. I couldn't tell you.
So how do you know that? Where did you get these records from?
Menards receipts or labor receipts.
Okay, so you had some receipts. Do you have them still? Because they should be provided to your attorney for evidence.
I have to look through what I submitted.
Correct, because that is evidence to be submitted. This is just testimony. Yeah, so I could go and type up everything you said today too and present this. That's not something that you would keep in the regular course of business, but receipts that when I bought this property, I went out and got a new water heater and install it. And she's saying there's a water heater issue. Well, that's something you need to submit.
Fair.
You can continue, question your counsel. Your client.
Provided some pictures of the porch and present them to the witness, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
Present pictures of the porch to the witness.
Yes. What does that say? Yes. Thank you. Can you show that to your client? Okay, so I'm gonna ask you again, what is your ownership interest in coast to coast property?
This one is from 16, so I'd have to make sure that nothing changed. This one is from 23, so it's probably I don't know about
Did you sell a coast to coast property from 2016 to now?
Let me see. Coast to coast property I sold. I thought this was unlimited potential. I'm sorry. So no, they're both the same.
So again, you're the owner of coast to coast properties?
Yes.
Thank you.
And these pictures. There's two that look like there may be before pictures.
Yes. All of these are before. And then the last three are after.
And when was this repair made?
7/29 and 8/2.
Are these the same pictures she admitted already, or?
They are not.
Okay, so you said that this was repairs, it was that what you did 7/29 and 8/2, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Which ones? I should ask, which ones was 7/29 and which ones was 8/2?
So this is 7/29.
The first two were 7/29. Okay, I can see that. And then afterwards you went, because it looks like it's brand new wood. Is that?
That is correct.
Got it. Okay. And you want to admit these as defense? Are we at D? Any objection to the admission of these exhibits?
Yes.
What's the objection?
He fixed the steps, yes, but underneath is where was rotting as well.
Okay, but that doesn't, so then it could be admitted, that doesn't,
Okay.
that's not an evidentiary exempt.
Okay.
You would be required to provide evidence that disputes that this was sufficient after he did that, okay?
Okay.
That's gonna be all one. I'm gonna clip it. Thank you. You can continue.
There's also been discussion about staying on the porch. So the most recent time you went out there was July of 2023 and August of 2023. Is that correct?
Can't recall if I went or someone else went. I believe her testimony that it was someone else who made the repair. not me.
But the repairs were made in July.
That's what she's, yeah, she confirmed that the repairs were made and then the pictures are here.
We're still talking about the repairs to the stairs, correct?
Correct. And prior to that, what kind of repairs were made to the stairs?
It looks like in 2020, there was an initial porch repair.
Do you recall what that was? Or?
I really don't. You know, it's,
and is there another?
But I mean, there was a 3-year gap, right, between initial porch repair and then the ones that we had made. So whatever repair was made, it was significant repair to hold up for 3 years.
Yeah. I think there's been prior testimony, but there is another entrance next to the house.
There's 2 exits and egress and ingress. There's 2 at the home.
And this is the front.
This is the set of front steps.
And there is also a back.
There is.
In July of 2022, did you hire a heating and cooling company to water heater in the?
May I see that receipt?
Yes.
Yes.
And yeah, it looks like this receipt is from Sikarsky's Heating and Cooling, is that correct?
Which is a licensed refrigerant company or HVAC company with the state of Michigan. Not just a friend of mine who's coming over to fix them.
Yeah, they work on that.
It looks like water heater and AC not working. Water heater was working, apparently pilot was out and it was consuming energy to be light it. AC not working, found low refrigerant, added 1 can, some stuff, and another can or some stuff. So I don't know where they at, but number 3, R14. I don't know what that is.
And so that would have been in response to a call from Curtis.
Correct.
Church. To admit as exhibit D, Your Honor.
Exhibit D. I'm sorry?
Is it D or E?
Maria. The last one. I think was D.
Last one was.
Oh, yeah, this is D. Sorry. Not a stickers. Any objection to this receipt as defense E?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, E's admitted.
And another receipt here. And can you tell me what this receipt is?
This is Michigan Drain, which is also another licensed and insured company in the state of Michigan. Looks like they were called out to clear some obstructions in the main line.
And would this have been in response to a call from this church?
That is correct.
So to admit its exhibit. After Your Honor.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
This would be consent.
And the date on that.
8/19/22.
Receipt. Tell me what this receipt is for.
This is from Whole Plumbing, which is another licensed company.
What's the date on this one?
2/3/23.
And what did they do?
Looks like they removed the shower handle. Hicks. No dripping at this time, so I would assume it was a leak.
And this also would have been in response to a request from this church.
That's correct. On 2/3/23.
Any objection? No.
G.
Defense G.
And can you tell me where this receipt is from?
Michigan Drain, another company licensed.
Date on the service.
12/23.
And what was the service address?
Another, oh, sorry, service address 1931 Farrell Street, Lansing, Michigan, 48910.
And what did they do on April 12th, 2023?
Looks like they snaked the drains, removed the toilet, and reset the toilet, cameraed the line. And I think at this point, it was requested that the line be cameraed to figure out why obstructions, obstruction.
So does that mean they physically put like a camera down?
That is correct.
Down? Okay.
And at that time, the thing we found was a bunch of
Hair and
negative.
No.
There were rocks and pebbles in there. There was in the drain in the tub, there was almost like potpourri. It was hard. So
this is in the tub drain?
This was in the tub drain. So they snaked. So what we requested at that time, because this is I think the third or fourth snake in less than a reasonable amount of time. So at that time I said snake laundry, pretty much every water point in the house. That's why this one is a little higher than the previous ones. And that's when it was found out that there was obstructions in there, rocks, and almost like he said, a potpourri substance.
Is this, so previously when she made a statement about you telling her she couldn't have rocks in the sink, is that what you're referencing?
No, that was the first one.
Oh, okay.
Then this happened in April of 23.
Got it.
So
But I mean,
after-
the same type of materials when
Yes.
you're representing that. So when the first one was that issue involving the sink?
That was sink only, Your Honor.
Okay, and so then when the tub issue was made, you're finding a similar substance?
They found similar substances and some potpourri. That's what he used. I don't know what he meant by that. But it wasn't dirt and it wasn't rusted pipes like you would normally find after snaking a drain.
Got it.
So based on the requests made to you, how quickly do you try to get to those maintenance requests? Do you have a standard procedure?
We reach out almost immediately. The hard part is getting them out. I can't control that. So if it's a day, it's a day. If it's 2 days, 2.
During the course of Ms. Church's property, and your best to address all of the maintenance complaints.
I think they've been addressed and done in a timely manner.
I just have a question. Let's see. She testified that she's having issues with her heat. Are you aware of that?
Your Honor, heard about a heat issue, sent the heat guy out. That was the last we knew about any heat issue.
So that was the last you knew about it?
However, Your Honor, there was some text messages that came through sometime early February. It was
of this year
admitted
or last year?
I don't have the text message read that she sent. She requested, she said, hey, it's cold in here. I referenced the water heater. She said it's cold. Did you get my text? I said no. 2 days after that, she said it's fixed. So whatever date that happened, someone went out there and took care of whatever issue because she said it's fixed. That was the last time I heard
about a heat issue.
And I think 48 hours is pretty reasonable in the state of Michigan to get someone out and fix it to the tenant's liking where they confirm that it's fixed for a heat issue.
Okay, so since that issue, you've not been aware of any heat issue?
I've not received a text message about any heat issue.
Wow.
All this time around.
So typically, she would question you now, but it's 4:51. So I need to let you all go. I'll get you a new date to come back so that she can question you. I don't know if you were gonna ask or call any other witnesses. Okay. And so if you're not gonna call any other witnesses, then if you have any other rebuttal evidence means anything to rebut what came out from them. You would need to present that at the next court hearing, and then I'll hear both of you all arguments at the next court date, okay?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna keep the exhibits in the file. Wait, did we not admit this one yet? That's what happened. It should be, maybe I didn't put a sticker. It should be G. No, it's H, that's H. I have G. Thank you.
what would you like us to bring on the entity documentation?
I needed the list of the members and the owner of both entities.
Isn't that what we just confirmed, or you need something else?
I was only for one, not unlimited. Oh, was the rule?
No, I thought it was for both.
Oh, no, other one too. Oh, yeah, we have it for both. We're the owner of both. Okay, let's see. I don't need the documents, just whatever rebuttal evidence you're going to present, and understanding you're suing him, so it's your burden of proof. He doesn't have to present evidence. You have to present evidence that you were wronged in some way, because that's what the court has to consider to grant you any relief if you are owed relief. Otherwise, if you don't present evidence. That's why the only reason why I denied his motion was because his question, when I questioned him, it created a question of fact. So now I got to proceed to flush out the question of fact. But it's your responsibility to present evidence, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Do I send that evidence to him as well?
At this point, you can bring it to court so that we don't make sure, and bring copies so that we make sure he gets it and we make sure I have it. Don't drop it off.
Okay.
So that it just ends up in a file.
Okay.
That you present evidence on the open record, okay?
Yes.
Let's get you both of the next court date. August 12th
at 11.
Does that work for you, Ms. Gillum? August 12th at 11.
Yep, that should work.
Okay, we'll continue to August 12th at 11. Any questions for the court at this time?
I didn't know that yet. Oh, I'm sorry, you said
I'm
11?
sorry, 11 again. We'll get you a notice right now.
Okay, thank you.
I know. They're starting to break off in there. Some of them are pre-COVID. So it's deteriorating. Files for today? I don't think so. Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Is that it? All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Oh, probably for those. One was Mr. Smith and the big for 10%. Brittany forgot to put the file in my file, so that's why I didn't have